Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are doing well. So in this video module, I'm going to dive deep into delivering your offer. Now you can actually perfect the delivery and get amazing client results for your students and actually create MRR, which will lead to you building a sustainable business, all right? So let's dive right in. Let's talk about how we can actually deliver an exceptional product. The goal is to deliver your product so well that the client wants to keep working with you after the 90 days, all right? The goal is to get the clients to keep on buying from you, and your business should rely on monthly recurring revenue, not new clients. This is probably the biggest misconception that I see coaches make. They think it's all about new acquisition, but in reality, it's all about MRR and getting the people that bought from you to keep on buying from you again, because that's the easiest sale that you can make. And that's how you actually build the foundation of your coaching business, okay? It's the only sustainable and exponential way to grow your business. And so what that means is that your program has to focus on execution. That means that the clients will actually get the most value from your roadmap calls, your one-on-one calls, your group calls, and all of this stuff, not actually the video modules. Everyone thinks it's all in the videos and the courses and all that shit. That's not what actually gets people results. What gets people results is the support that they get on the calls, the one-on-ones, and everything. Okay? So let's go over exactly what a warm-up call is and how you should actually structure one in your program. The goal is to give clarity on what the next 90 days will look like for your client. And so you want to set timestamps as to when he should finish the modules, implement certain strategies, expect results, etc. Explain the support structure of your program and how they can fully utilize your program and the support you provide in this warm-up call. And the whole point of this warm-up call is to get them hyped for starting the program and have pure clarity on exactly what this entire offer is all about. Okay. Now to do this, you can have like a whole roadmap and show the entire process of what this looks like. I actually went ahead and created the entire roadmap out, and so you guys will know the CM 120-day roadmap. You guys can check it out on your Notion. All of you guys should have it. Every single step of the way, this is what we go through in the warm-up call, and that just kind of breaks down the entire process. And so look back at our warm-up call that I had with you, and look at how I actually structured that call. That's how you want to do the same. Okay. And in this call, you also want to show them what your clients achieve from listening to your advice and taking action. What this will do is to encourage them to listen to everything you say. It's one thing to get paid, but it's another for a client to actually listen to everything you say and implement everything you say. Okay? So after the warm-up call, I want you guys to host constant one-on-one calls, and you want to look at these one-on-ones as unstuck calls for clients looking to get past a specific obstacle. Now, make sure that you solve the problems that your client is facing now. A huge mistake I see people make is they try to solve a problem that will exist down the line that they haven't even faced yet. Don't do that. Do not try and solve a problem that will exist down the line. Solve it when it happens, right? And assure the client that you'll be there to support them when that problem arises. So the only thing that your one-on-one call should be focusing on is the current problem at hand, not the problem that they'll face in 2 or 3 weeks, not the problem that they'll face in 1 or 2 months. That is my biggest piece of advice to you. And you want to make your advice extremely personal and give action items. Give action items. The purpose of one-on-one calls is to tell them what to do and how to do it, which is why giving someone inputs is so important. If you just tell them what to do, but you don't tell them how to do it, there's no point in that one-on-one call, okay? Don't give vague advice that applies to everyone. Give the client personal advice to solve his or her problems. And at the beginning, you want to spend as much time with the clients to actually get feedback on the program, what you can improve, and everything. Okay, so you also want to give them action items to do and simple steps to follow. You don't want to overload the client with too much information because it will make them overwhelmed and discouraged before they even start. So make sure your advice is easily digestible. You let them know kind of how to actually get past this obstacle and what steps you should take to get past it. You don't want to tell them what to do. You want to show them how to do it. And so an example of this would be one of my clients, Rahul. He had a problem with not getting enough referrals. And so I told him how to set up the referrals. And I also told him how to do client interviews. But instead of telling him just to do a client interview, what I did was I listed out every single question that he should ask in that client interview. And I'll show you this right now. And so as you can see, Rahul's weekly inputs, if I go to the client interviews, I showed him every single question you should ask. So I told them what to do, but how to do it as well. You want to give them extreme clarity on how to do a task if you want the highest success rate, okay? And I practice what I preach, right? You guys should all have your weekly inputs checklist. Every single week, if you show up to the Friday group call, you will get your weekly inputs for the week. That's exactly what you should be doing. And as we look in the roadmap, you have everything here. This is the roadmap that I show you. This is a step-by-step process you should take. you need to build one out for your own offer to make everything clear and show your clients that you guys are really, really dialed in. All right. So the weekly inputs and action items are essential for actually achieving success, especially giving them on these one-on-one or group calls. You also want to help them realize that the best way moving forward is asking them good questions. Ask them questions to get them to come to the conclusion by themselves. And if you do this, they're way more bought in and way more likely to help, right? A perfect example of this is a sales call. You don't tell the prospect what to do and what's the next best step for him. You're constantly asking questions. What do you think is stopping you from getting to this point? What do you think you need to get to this point? And soon enough, you ask certain questions to get the answer you want, and they'll realize that the best solution to their problem is to buy your program. The exact same thing in coaching. You don't just want to tell someone what to do. You want to ask him questions to make him realize what he needs to do. Now, what this will do is it'll actually get him to understand the full picture because he got to that conclusion by himself. And this makes him way more bought in and way more likely to actually execute on what you told him to do. And in these one-on-one calls, you have to make sure you actually set the expectations. And what I mean by that is actually holding your time in high regard. So you set clear expectations and have a strict cut off early. So if you have a one-on-one call, say you only have 30, 40 minutes. And what this will do is it'll cut all the bullshit. It'll cut all the fluff that you usually get in these client one-on-one calls. And the client will jump right into it because he realizes that your time is valuable. He doesn't want to waste time. Okay? Those are very, very important. Now, another system that you could do is a loom method. Now, creating a loom fulfillment model where clients can ask for specific feedback on a certain topic is amazing and one of probably the best systems I have in this community. If you guys didn't know this already, you guys can actually ask for a loom at any time. And this is great for saving time because instead of hopping on a one-on-one call, you film a 5 to 10 minute loom and help them with their situation. Now, what this does is eliminates the need for a one-on-one call. One-on-one call, that's 30 minutes gone, right? You want to have one-on-one calls, but you don't want to just have too many because as you scale up, you're not going to be able to have all these one-on-one calls with hundreds of your clients. So a loom fulfillment method is amazing. It's faster, it's a more efficient use of time, and they can get their answers answered like this, and you don't have to hop on a one-on-one. It's beautiful, all right? Now, group calls is also an essential part of actually delivering your service. You want to host a minimum of 2 weekly group calls with your clients and make sure it's in different time zones so that everyone has a chance to make these calls. So usually, 30 minutes would be creating slides and providing value on a certain topic that a lot of your clients are facing, right? Maybe it's a problem like how to generate more leads. Maybe it's sales. Maybe it's appointment setting. The point is you want to have a topic that you want to discuss specifically on that 30-minute call. And so the clients, they understand that, hey, you know, we want you to actually join this call to learn this specific thing. You don't just want to host a Q&A session for 60 minutes because if I'm going to be completely honest, your clients won't get tons of value from that. So every single week, you want to come up with new ideas to talk about, create new presentations, create new documents, resources, whatever, whether it's just insights or epiphany moments, whatever it is. You want to talk about specific things and get people excited for that specific topic before the call so that they actually show up, okay? And then after that, you want to have a 30-minute Q&A session where you ask your clients what problems they're facing and answer the questions as best as you can. So you want to also have workshops, right? Themed workshops are great for retention and value, especially if you have MRR. This could be focusing on specific things like sales, appointment setting, closing, whatever it is. Or you could even hire certain guests and special guests to go over specific topics that your clients are facing. One thing I want you guys to understand about group calls is that a lot of the times, if you have like 50 clients, probably only like 5 of them will show up. And this is normal, but that's not the goal. The goal is to get at least like 50, 70% of your clients actually showing up to these group calls. And the way to do that is to hype it up. Have fear of missing out, FOMO, right? You want to hype it up and talk about what you would discuss on the call so that people get excited for it. And you want to kind of have a trailer almost, like a sneak peek on what you're going to share, maybe showing the slides that you're building out, just hyping it up a bit. And this will actually get all of your clients to actually want to join that group call and look at what you have to say. And you just want to do this. And so what I do is I actually go a step beyond and I track the attendance of every single person in my community that doesn't join the group call and that does join the group call. And so the reason why I do this is because on the back end of my offer, there is an MRR model. The more people that don't show up to the group call, the more people that won't actually do the MRR model on the back end, right? But the more people that actually consume it will actually want to continue to consume it after the 3 or 4 month period. And so that's when the MRR comes in. Again, the basis and the backbone of your business is built on MRR. If your clients aren't consuming the group calls, they're not getting support from you, why would they invest maybe like $200 a month for your service when they don't even use it. It's not worth it. But if they constantly show up to the group calls, if they constantly use the one-on-ones, they constantly being checked in, then there's that $250 a month is just so worth it to them, and they'll be glad to pay that off, right? So making sure that people actually show up to your group calls is also very important. I go a step further and actually track the attendance of each one, and I ask them why you didn't make it, so they know that I'm paying attention to them, and they'll keep accountable of actually showing up to the group calls as well. That's what makes this whole community special. We pay a lot of attention to our clients and their attendance rate, all right? I have an example group call linked here. You can check it out if you want. Just a lot of value stuff, all right? Now, another great fulfillment system is accountability check-ins. This is one of the most underrated aspects of the program. You have to constantly check in with your clients and make sure they're all good. And trust me, I made the mistake by not checking in with people because I was more self-motivated. And because I was more self-motivated, I assumed that other people were more self-motivated and I didn't need to check in on them. I assumed if you spent like multiple 4 or 5 figures on this offer, you don't need check-ins, right? Because you're self-disciplined enough. But the truth is, these people need more check-ins because they have too much going on, right? If you're dealing with B2C, you need check-ins. If you're doing B2B, you need check-ins. Because B2C, they're lazy. B2B, they have too much going on. So you need check-ins either way for every single program, right? And so implementing systems to make sure that you check in with each client. You could do weekly texts to make sure that they have everything they need. And I actually went one step further and got my client success manager to hop on a call with each prospect every week for the first 60 days of the program. So you probably would have realized that, you hopped on a call with my client success manager. He basically held you accountable. He looked at your weekly input tasks and made sure that you did every single one. That's the power of check-in calls. So when you have someone that's holding you accountable and making sure that he's checking out all your stuff, you feel the need to actually do it. That's something that's special, and that's something you can include in your program, all right? Now, a few extras. You can introduce and welcome clients once you sign them up. We want new clients treating them like they're in their new home, and it's just special, right? When you join a community and you see like 7 welcome messages, everyone's just congratulating you. It's an amazing feeling, and you feel like you made the right decision. Again, it's not just all about coaching. It's about the community, okay? Incentivize the actions you want them to take. So create an environment where people are excited to share their wins, celebrate people for their wins, and if certain clients are not posting about their wins themselves, sometimes they're shy, so encourage them, right? Tag them. Do it and shout at them out. Like, whatever it is, you just kind of have to do it. You just want to create a winning community, and a community that's excited to share each other's wins and support each other and everything. I personally went a step further and created prizes. So depending on when you watch this video, there probably will be prizes. The top 3 get really, really cool prizes. I'll kind of show you right now. So as you can see, we just announced the May Leaderboard prizes. This is happening in 2 days. Everyone in the program will be able to compete. So whoever generates the most amount of cash collected in May just wins, right? First place, you get AirPods Max Pro. Second place, you get a cologne of your choice. Third place, you get a mouse. And to win, you just post your screenshots of payments whenever you receive a payment. Every single week, we will calculate who has the most amount of payments received and update the leaderboard. And yeah, as simple as posting your wins. So this encourages people to post their wins because they want to win some stuff, right? It's fun. I make it a game. I make it fun for people to be in the community. And I spend like what? This is 500. This is probably 200, 100. I spend 800 pounds. But what I do is make this community so special and so fun to be a part of. So people are constantly checking the wins channel, and people want to post on there because they want to get these prizes. And in turn, I can use that client results for my coaching program to market it even more and say, hey, these guys are all winning. Because some people just won't post their wins, right? And so doing something like this that incentivizes people to actually, join in and have fun and be part of the community, you could host weekly or even monthly prizes for fun, right? It's just fun, in my opinion. And I would love for something like this to happen in some communities I'm in. I figured why not put it in mine? And it's been getting some really, really good results so far. So yeah, something like this is very, very creative. You want to think outside the box and come up with different prizes and everything for people that are engaging in the community. So another thing is, as your community gets bigger, you actually won't always be the main source of help or information. Now, what this means is that not all the roads will lead back to you. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that the community is tight-knit, right? And one of the best ways to do that is to make a connection with someone who is at their same spot, right? They will start to ask each other questions and everything, and the community becomes a massive value add that draws people in even more. Now, let's say a fitness coach joins, right? And I already scaled this fitness coach up to $50K a month. What I would do is I would partner up that fitness coach with this new fitness coach, and now they're like kind of a team, and it's like a partnership. And it's such a cool experience and such a cool community, because not only you are getting my support and my coaching, but you're also getting a fitness coach's coaching that has already done it. Now, obviously, it depends on each client. Some people don't want to do it. It's okay. But most majority of people would like to do it because it's fun. It's impact, right? So that's something that you could do. You could also create a sub-community within your main community as you scale, so you can maintain a tight-knit feeling and maintain intimacy rather than having the community diluted. Now, why do we do this? We do this because eventually when the program gets to 50 to 100 or even 200 people will be scared to actually send messages in the large community. But what you could do is separate them into sub-communities. So maybe it's someone between 10 to 30K a month, and then another group between 30 and 70K a month, and then another group above 70K a month, whatever it is. Or maybe it's growth partners and coaches. And it's like you're just creating sub-communities within the group that just makes it more tight-knit. And so they kind of know their tribe, right? And this also helps with the MRR. After the length of the program is over, you can charge them a specific amount per week to stay in the community, and they will do it because the sub-community is really, really helpful for them. So that is kind of how you can deliver your offer and make it a really world-class offer where people enjoy being part of your community and want to enroll and pay you more to actually be part of it after the 90 days or however long the program is. Hope you found value in this program. You can actually look at my offer and how we structure the fulfillment systems and implement exactly what we do in our program into your own. And again, you watched this video, you know that my main priority has always been the community, making this program as good as it gets. That's why I spend a lot of money building out everything, the systems, the structures, the coaches, the prizes, and everything. And so it would mean a lot if you guys could be active, post your wins, engage in the community, help other people, and just be active in the Discord channel, send messages, post your wins, everything. That would really mean the most. And yeah, hope you guys found value in this video. Implement this stuff, change up your program, make it better, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.